Hi everybody, this is Cynthia Kane, and I am your librarian liaison for the School of Library and Information Management. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you two ways of seeing if the library does indeed have the full text of these two articles that you will be asked to read for Dr. Sutton's class. Now, you will notice that these two articles are actually from the same journal, the Journal of Electronic Resources Librarianship. I'm going to start with the first one, Judging Big Deals. So the first thing I want to do here is to open a new tab, and I want to go directly to the library's webpage. Now, you may already be familiar with this, but just in case, if you type library.emporia.edu, that will take you directly to the library's webpage. If you happen to be already in Canvas, in one of your Canvas courses, you will see a link to the left of your Canvas course that's called Library and Archives. And if you were to click on that link, you would be prompted to open a tab for the library's webpage in another tab or another window of your browser. Either way will work. The important part is this is where you want to be. Now, you always want to start with the library's webpage when you are looking for the full text of articles first. The reason is that there's a very good chance that we have what you need in full text either through electronic journals that we subscribe to directly or through a number of our online databases. So you always want to start here first. I'm going to go back to the first article, Judging Big Deals. And I'm going to copy the title of the article. The reason I'm doing that is that I'm going to show you the first way of verifying something called a known item. We're actually doing a known item search right now because we have the citations for articles and we need to see if the library has access to these articles. So when I am searching at this level, at the level of the article title, I'm going to stay with this default search called the discovery search. And in the discovery search, I can indeed copy and paste the title of the article and click on search. And we will see that this record for this article actually pops up first on our screen in the discovery search. The reason is that we have links to many of our e-journals and databases, as well as e-books and other known items in the discovery search. Now, this does not work for every type of known item, and that's why in just a second I'm going to show you another way of verifying the ownership of this article. Now, at this point, if I were to click on PDF full text from publisher, I would most likely get an error message that would say that I cannot access the PDF or I'm being asked to pay for the PDF. Now, there's a reason for that. Since I am off campus, as you will be as well, I need to click on, in the discovery search, this link that says Hello Guest, log in for full access. Right now it doesn't recognize me as being affiliated with ESU. So if I click on Hello Guest, I can enter my buzz-in username and password. And it is essential that you do this in the discovery search, as well as any other databases that you're trying to access off campus. Otherwise, you will indeed get error messages that you don't have access to this information. And you do. You just have to make sure that you're logged in. Now I'm logged in. The screen has changed up here, and I could look at my library account if I wanted. And if I click on PDF full text from publisher, this will now take me to the Taylor and Francis page, which is the publisher's page for this journal. And it took me to a link to the article and the abstract. And if I click on PDF, I will have a prompt to download this article as a PDF, and there it is. So that really didn't take very long at all. And I can now print the article, I can download it, I can save it, and I'm all set. I can do the same thing for the second article, searching by the article level, using a subscription agent for e-journal management. Now, I told you that I was going to show you more than one way of finding ownership. Now, let's say that for some reason I did not have any luck in the discovery search with this article when I was searching by the title of the article. This will happen because our discovery search does not link to every single point of full text that we have access to. When that happens, don't get discouraged. If you don't find anything in the discovery search for the article title, you can return to the library's webpage, and you can click on something called the Journals tab. The Journals tab will let you search by the journal level, and that's the big difference between the Discovery search and the Journals tab. With the Discovery search, we're searching by the title of the article at the article level. With the Journals tab, we need to verify ownership of a journal by our library, and then we can see what we have access to. This way works very well, again, if you don't have any luck searching at the article level in the Discovery search. So I am going to search for Journal of Electronic Resources Librarianship. And I'm actually doing this deliberately because I want to show you what can happen if you get something that you think is an error message. And as library and information science students, it's really important to know how to do this type of troubleshooting for yourselves and for your future patrons. So notice as I keep typing the title of the journal, this said no matches for Journal of Electronic Resources Librarianship. The title may not be browsing enabled at this time. We're using something called Browse-ing to facilitate access to eJournals. This is a good example of actually a journal title that's not browsing enabled at this time. But again, I don't want to give up. I can do this. Click here to search for your title again at your library. And when I do this, this is actually going to go into something called a publication finder, which is also through our Discovery search. And there's Journal of Electronic Resources Librarianship. Let's click on Full Text Access. We have it from 1997 to the present. Notice that this way takes a little bit longer, but it will still work. So let's search now for this 2010 article. And this is from volume 22, issues 1 through 2. Go back to my tab here that I need to be on. There we are. So we're going to go down here. There's volume 22. Issues 1 through 2. And using a subscription for eJournal management. That popped up, and I'm going to go back over here, but yes, that's the one that I need. And I'm still logged in. So when I clicked on the PDF, in this particular instance, I got that same prompt to download as PDF. I hope that this has helped you be a little bit more comfortable on finding these two articles as well as anything else. Try the Discovery search first in the library's webpage by the title of the article. If that does not work, be persistent. Go to the Journals tab, search by the title of the journal, and then keep clicking to see if we have access to that year and volume and issue that you need. Good luck with your searching.